Launcher is essentially going to be a torsion catapult. Imagine this as the throwing arm on a catapult. At this end you have a really tightly wrapped rope which applies a spring force in this direction. So when the arm's cocked back like this, if you release it, it will want to go and swing up like that. Now the boomerang will be attached to this end of the arm, and there will be some kind of axle that the boomerang can pivot round. So this notch will hook onto that axle. So when it's released, the arm will want to swing up and drag the boomerang with it. Now, due to centripetal force, the boomerang will want to swing round until the centre of mass lines up with this swinging arm. Now, this arm will eventually come to a stop. There will be some kind of block that it will stop at, and usually this is where the projectile comes out of the arm, or out of the bucket or whatever you have, and goes flying into the air. But because this boomerang will endlessly swing around this pole, just like what I did when I swung it around this screwdriver, it will just swing around, and it will just keep swinging around until all the speed is lost. So the way to make it release from this axle right here is to add another one about here. So basically, as the boomerang swings around, as soon as it touches this secondary axle, instead of pivoting around this axle, it now pivots around this one, which means it will unhook the axle which is causing it to stay to the arm. But that's basically how the release mechanism works.
Okay, so let's run through the swing. These are 45s and circles so that I can measure some things. The triangle is a linear angle. You're trying to send your energy down, also on a 45. So here's what happens. If you are at the top and you are here passively, right here, then what will happen is you can have 90 degrees basically from here to here, and your energy will go along out this line. But you can see it here. Here's the triangle goes down that line, okay? So that's max energy from here to here. The problem is everybody pulls down, you included. So your hands are moving from here to here. You're pulling the handle. You're yanking down and yanking down hard, your body and your arms, right there. So that that energy is thrown out early from the balance point of the club. It's thrown out early, that mass, so that you're starting it here, and now it has to go on a 90-degree angle. Here is your balance point being here on the club. You're going to throw it out. It's going to be thrown down this line, and you find the 90 degrees is going to come out here somewhere. Usually right there. So you're going to slow down to the ball. Your energy's been released too early.
One of the most forceful punches, okay, is when they're breaking, for instance, a cement or a board, but you have a neutral wrist, okay, and you just turn like this, and you pull this back, and just boom, you measure, and then you hit with this side. It's just like hammering, but you're not breaking this angle, okay? What you do is into your side here, and you simply, your body will work right too. You pull this arm back and this forward. It's like this. So you're very stable with the torso and the top of you, okay? It's a very, very strong strike. So this part of the body go back, this part's going forward. And your elbows staying tucked. It's rotational, like that. I'm not yanking down. You don't need to. All of the power is from here. It's not way up here and yanking down like this. It's not where the power is at, you know, that type of thing. It's here. It's very short. I can really put some juice into it because I'm using the ground. You can't see my legs, but I'm using the ground correctly. And boom. You can hear it. So that's what it is. You've got a handle. You're better to even put that on that angle right there, lift up and grab the club, and simply do that. It's a power punch. It's very hard, very strong. It's very fast, only from here to here. That's the 8 inches I'm talking about. If you pull down, that starts the club casting out. No matter what you do, you could do it with your body real hard and pull. You know, and your goal is to get to here, just to right here. The swing's only from that angle I showed. It's low, just like the trebuchet. Boom, okay? And the trebuchet is interesting because the wrist bone acts as that stop, this little section here. Right there's the stop that you saw that was drawn on there. So everything feels like it's going out in a 45 and it stops at your front heel line. Boom, 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 boom. Break the board right there. Boom, boom, boom. It's the motion. Same thing as you're doing this. It's the motion. It's all the same stuff. There is no difference in any of it. And man, can you throw some energy down into the club that way. Tremendous energy. So since you're a human trebuchet, all you have to do now is get with that punching motion, the karate punching motion, at the neutral wrist. There's no bend in it. You put your left hand up, get that angle we're looking for, and just reach up and grab it. Don't go any more than this. You're pulling down to this real hard, but it's not the same. You've thrown that club, you've thrown that out. So if you do it this way, you just neutral, reach up. Now all you have to do is get your hand, you're turning your body a little first, and then this club releases because you're a human trebuchet, and it just goes straight out like this. And it completes the 90. It does it on its own. You hit that stop, you know, that he was showing, and it's boom. But it's turning, turning, turning. The punch, bam, get the ball, and then that completes to the 180 degrees out in front of you, well out in front of you. So it's just doing this, basically. Way out in front of you. But you're not throwing it. It's staying right there, real passive. See how passive my arms are? And boom. So 90, boom. 90, boom. 90, boom. Late punch. And that's why it's so powerful. You can see it good there. 90, boom. Another great way to practice it is to get in the position and take your hand, the right hand off. You can push it with your thumb, or you go up behind it like this and you're throwing the club head. And watch how fast you can go. So what happens is, you're the trebuchet, you got the 90, see the 90, 90, 90, 90, all right? Now the left arm's gonna release. It's going to hit that wrist stop and turn over. It's going to hit that stop. All that energy goes out to the club. Boom. Okay? And then, you know, you'll spin around and come up to your finish. But what you can do is a drill. So if I'm up here, I got my 90. Watch this. You're to here, throw it. Throw it. Throw it. It's late. So what are you doing? You're pushing the swing. You're pendulum push. But it's the extension of that arm late. That's the late push. So it's like this. Greatest drill ever for speed. You can hear it. All the same physics, but with a push. So now you're a power-assisted trebuchet. You have the winding of your body, you know, that's the rope. But then that lets go, you're in free motion, okay? And then a little assist, like a swing. You take advantage of the gravity. But it's really late. It's not up here. Late meaning it's only a matter of inches. Watch this. I've got this set probably around 8 inches apart, right there. I'm turning the body into that spot. I'm not pulling down. If I do that, see the top of the club? It's already flinging a long way. You don't pull like this. You can't. You got to stay quiet, quiet. Feels like absolutely passive. And then, boom.